ervaring. Service safe.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Meditation. I am so incredibly grateful that you've chosen to take a few minutes to cook and meditate with us today. Today, we're going to indulge a little bit with one of my favorite desserts, a simple lemon tart. This treat is an incredibly satisfying diversion for a warm spring day with its lightly sweetened crust and tart curd filling. And making it, as usual, will be the perfect meditation for us. So give yourself permission to clear your mind and put aside any distractions, and let's meditate and make a lemon tart together. We'll begin by making a simple sweet tart dough. The dough starts with some softened and sliced butter, mixed with sugar, which we'll stir until it's nice and creamy. Next, we add a little salt to heighten the flavors, a little vanilla to round out the taste, and an egg yolk for a richer texture. With the egg, do your best, but don't worry if you get a little of the egg white in the mix. We'll mix all of this together until it's just about combined and uniform. And then we have just one more ingredient. We'll add some flour for structure, and mix until we've worked in all the dry spots. A dough like this is something you could buy from the store, and I certainly wouldn't judge if you do. But consider that when you're making it by hand, not only are you making something that tastes better, but you're also giving yourself permission to take an extra 5 minutes out of your busy day for yourself, free of all the worries and the distractions that you've got going on. Just you and a simple bowl of flour, eggs, and sugar. Towards the end of your mixing, you can use your hands to help the dough come together. As you finish, your dough will still probably be somewhat crumbly, and that is just perfect. Go ahead and press it into a small ball, which will wrap and chill for later. This dough is easiest to shape and work with when it's been allowed to rest in the fridge for at least 4 hours. So if you planned ahead, maybe you'll make this the night before or earlier in the day. Or if you prefer instant gratification, maybe you'll move right along with the recipe and skip this extra step. Either way, the results will be deeply satisfying. To prepare the tart filling, we'll begin by zesting 1 lemon. Lemon zest heightens the citrus flavor of our finished dish, similar to how salt can enhance flavors when used appropriately. The rest of our lemon flavor comes directly from freshly squeezed lemon juice. Lemons can be squeezed with a juicer if you have one, or if not, just squeeze with your hands and enjoy the aroma and the experience. As you squeeze, be mindful of any seeds that are released, and use your hands or a strainer to remove them. We're looking for about half a cup of lemon juice. Lemons come in all shapes and sizes, and for you, half a cup might be just 2 lemons, or it might be 5. When you're shopping for this recipe, go ahead and indulge yourself and buy those extra lemons. If you don't need them all, you can always celebrate with a glass of lemonade. To create our lemon curd, we'll begin with 2 egg yolks and 3 full eggs. When you have a combination like this, consider adding the yolks first. That way, if you mess up and drop in a white, you can just try again with the next egg without compromising your recipe. Next, we'll add a little milk, sugar, plus a little salt. We'll mix these ingredients until they're just combined. Then we'll add in our lemon juice and the zest. I love the bright lemon scent you get as you mix a curd like this. I hope you get to experience it too. Our final addition is butter, which we'll have cut into small pieces for easier melting. We'll turn our stove on over low to medium heat, and then we'll stir this mixture constantly, allowing the butter to melt and the custard to slowly cook. For the most part, this recipe is incredibly forgiving. There's just one really important thing to do, and it happens right here. Don't let the mixture boil. If it boils, your eggs can curdle, and I'm sure you don't want to eat a lemon scrambled egg tart. As our curd cooks, it begins to thicken into a delicious lemon filling. We know it's done once it can coat the back of a spoon. With our curd complete, we'll transfer it to a new container, cover, and refrigerate while we turn our attention back to our tart dough. Tart dough can be a little sticky, and so for easier rolling, we'll dust our dough with a little flour and place it between 2 sheets of parchment paper. We'll roll our dough into a circle, somewhat larger than the pan we'll be using. Next, we'll gently place the dough over the pan. The dough may look pretty messy as you press it into the pan, but this will easily be solved by simply working with it and patching any holes as you go. Also, any pan will work for this recipe, so no need to stress if you don't have a dedicated tart pan. A pie tin will work, a square casserole dish, or even a sheet of tin foil folded up at the edges if that's all you've got. Really, we're just grateful for this opportunity to meditate and enjoy our creation, regardless of what form it takes. There's no need to make this dish look pretty, but if you'd like to try and find joy in the aesthetic beauty that this extra effort brings, go ahead and carefully push the tart dough into all the seams and corners. Take your time with this and enjoy going around and around, each time working out the imperfections and making your dough a little more uniform in the pan. To help prevent our dough from bubbling up during baking, we'll go ahead and prick holes in it with a fork. For a tart dough that maintains its shape and doesn't lift away from the side of the pan, you can allow your dough to chill in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes before baking. Once it's chilled, we'll go ahead and bake our tart dough at 350 degrees until it turns a faint light gold color, about 15 minutes. Once our tart shell has cooled, we'll go ahead and scoop our lemon curd into it and carefully smooth it out so it fills the shell in a uniform manner. Then it goes back into the oven at 375 degrees for maybe 15 to 20 minutes until the lemon curd is set. You'll know it's set when you give the pan a gentle shake and you see very little movement of the tart filling. At this point, we've got a beautiful, delicious lemon tart. From here, we can cool it and serve right away, or we can apply some simple decorations. Maybe you'd like some powdered sugar, or maybe some sliced lemons on top. If you're doing sliced lemons, you can make uniform slices by laying your knife flat on the cutting board and slicing horizontally. Consider using Meyer lemons for this garnish, because this variety of lemons can be eaten whole with the rind and all. And that's all there is to it. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you can find some quiet kitchen time this week to make your own lemon tart, or any other recipe or dish that brings you joy. For weekly kitchen meditations, please consider clicking the subscribe button. And as always, if you make this recipe, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below.